money away, I give books away. I just like to do this because for some reason people look at me when I have cash. This is not crypto. It's real money. Okay, so what we're going to do today is really get into it, and I'm going to start off like this. And some people have heard me, Mary Ann's heard this, Trae has, because they're out at the lake house, so you can't participate. This is really, really important. 2018, medical, New England medical, whatever, did a study of American workers. You've got to be real. You're going to write it down. You guys write it down. First of all, what I want you to do is turn your cell phones off, or really, if it's on silent, I understand if you have somebody in the hospital, keep it on. Oh, no, leave it on. I don't really care if that's on dark. I'd much rather have a light. Because what I want you to do today is if you can give me at least an hour of really good concentration, I'll change your life in an hour. By the way, you can change your life in an hour. You know you can. It's just a bunch of bunk that it takes 21 days for a new habit. Just so you know, scrap that. Wherever you learn that, scrap it. I can show you that you can change in 1 day, 1 hour. So, but you have to concentrate. Okay, write it down, be honest when I ask you this question. Medical New England, they did a study of American workers. You guys are all different age groups. What is going to be your most productive 10 years of your life? What is literally the most productive? 10 to 20? Don't raise your hand, Cindy. Look at that quick. She's raised her hand. I haven't even finished yet. I've spent 21 years with her. And I know
Cindy, you know the answer.
Yeah, you can't do the answer. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. What is going to be the most productive 10 years of your life? Write it down quick. You got 10 seconds. You don't write it down, you just think. You just know. You got to be honest. You don't write anything down, because nobody writes anything down anymore. You just have cell phones. Right? That's what you guys do. You don't write anything down anymore. It's like we forgot pencil? What's a pencil? Okay. All right. Let me show of hands. 20 to 30. You got it? 20 to 30, raise your hand. 20 to 30, you're out. 30 to 40, raise your hand. That's a good group. 1, 2, 3, 6, you're out. 90 to 100, 80 to 90. You will go with the most obvious. 50 to 60.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a majority of it, right? You're out. The most productive 10 years of your life between 60 and 70. Raise your hand. Number one, talk about it. You gotta be real. You gotta be real. Peggy, shut up. Mary Ann, shut up. This Mary Ann. This Mary Ann. This Mary Ann, she gets 10 bucks. 20 bucks. Yeah. Parker, what a dude. Parker is a man. Parker, you crushed it. Parker, 3 people. Guess what the second most productive 10 years of your life is going to be? 70 to 80. Now let's think of this.
That's encouraging.
Let's think.
I still have time.
Well, sure you have time. Let's think of that. Why?
You're retired?
No, not just because you're retired. Well, why would it be the most productive years of your life?
Because you've learned so much by that point.
And there's knowledge, and there's less things. What's that?
No kids.
You realize you're getting too close to the end and you need
No kids. What'd you say? No kids, no spouse?
You're
No,
not
just
raising.
kidding.
You're not raising.
You know how to get learn how
Yes.
to
Use your time more wisely.
Do you not get better at time blocking? Do you not get a little bit of, by the way, the average age of a Nobel Peace Prize winner, 62 years old.
There you go.
Average age of a president, 63 before Biden. No, I'm just kidding. 63. Average age of the top religious leaders of all faiths, 71 years old. Do we not get better I hope we get better as we get older, right? I'm in my prime, baby. I am in my prime. Why do you think I'm coming here to teach it? I've been teaching this for 15 years. The reason I'm teaching it for 15 years is I've got another question for you. Write down your job description. Jamie, write it down. Write down your job description. Just write it down really quick. 15 seconds. What is your job description? If somebody came up to you tomorrow and said, what's your job description?
Me?
Yeah. Because you don't
Matchmaker.
Matchmaker. Customer service.
I fix credit.
What?
I fix people's credit.
Fix people's credit.
Sales.
Sales.
Lead generation.
Shannon.
Connect buyers and sellers.
Connect buyers and sellers. Keep going. I like it. Nothing's wrong, by the way. Just your definition of what you do.
Helping people.
Helping people.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Counselor.
Counselor.
Generation machine.
What else?
To help other people achieve their goals.
Help people achieve their goals. What else?
Investor.
Investor. You haven't hit it yet, by the way. Just so you know, you don't know what your job description is. You don't know what to do every day of your life. Is anybody going to say it?
Helping people make the most important financial decisions.
Helping people make the most fun. Wrong. Okay. I didn't even know what that was, but that was good.
I know.
That was good. For me, it was too many words.
Networking.
I want to give money away.
Living.
I want to give money away. I got money in my pocket. What? Legion! Woo! Okay, here's the deal. I got into business in 1984. 1985 was a tough, if you guys know, August of 1985, Henny was in business there. We had 90,000 agents in Texas. 4 years later, we had 45,000. We lost half the realtors in Texas because oil went down, savings and loans went down. I did not show a home with furniture in it for 3 years. I got into this business in a shifting market. And I went, by the way, this was planned. This was my third year. This is like sold out with 7. People go, how do I get into the home? I said, they're all vacant. Just get in the back window. Seriously, when I tell you this, I knew what my job was. I never have forgotten what my job is. My job is to lead gen. Every single day. Every single day that I work, I lead gen. When I find myself doing something else, it's not my job. Whatever it is. I'm just telling you guys right now. How many people, this is noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock. How many people got a lead this morning? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys can go home. No, seriously. They can go home. Their job's done. I had a thing with my wife when I said, look, I'm not confused what I'm supposed to do. I have to go find a lead today. And I could not come home without a lead to put in her hand. Just so you know, it's real simple to me. If I don't put a lead in her hand, I can't come home. There were many a times I was at the gas station, at the little 7-Eleven or something, or at the, whatever they call it, racetrack. And I see the guy next to me. I said, look, dude, Kevin, what's your name? Kevin. I can't go home until I get a lead. I said, I'm in real estate. I can't even go home. I want to go home now, but I can't. Do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate right now, or you have anybody that wants to move? He'd go, yeah, I got it. Just give me a name. Give me a name so I can go home. See, here's the problem with realtors. You've forgotten what your job is. Whoever leads you, does anybody know a realtor in town with so much in their hand? That you go, how did they do business? Do you go, holy mackerel? I mean, we had one couple we used to always talk about. We had no idea how they got business until I told my kids, they go, they have no personality. They have no, I said, you know what they do? They said open houses 5 days a week. They're really consistent about it. And they do really good open houses. You could just be done. If you lead generate every day, guess what you do? Okay? I want you to take 3 months off. 3 months off. What is that? That is 360 days minus 120. How many days is that? What is that? 200 days? 240? 2 what?
90.
Yeah, whatever it is. 3 months is 90 days. So basically 100. Okay, I just want you to get a lead 170 times, take time off. But when you go to work, so here's my genisms. As we go through these, there's things you have to do to me that has worked. Number one, you wake up and you dress as a realtor. What do I mean by that? You need to let them know you're a realtor. It drives me crazy that people don't wear logo stuff. When I say that, you don't always have to wear the logo of your company or you, but to me, you should. You notice my attire today. I got in the elevator at a hotel, and a guy was decked out, Dallas style. Decked out. I've been there. Suit, looked good. I said, what are you doing today? He goes, I'm teaching a class. I said, I'm teaching a class too. You know what he said to me? He looks at me, he goes, I want to be you. Then I went somewhere else and got something at a coffee shop, and the guy goes, aloha. I said, aloha. I was there 2 days ago. Start conversations. Wear clothes that start conversations. Doesn't necessarily have to be logo shirts. I never get on a plane, I never go anywhere without wearing something that causes a conversation. Okay? Here's another genisms as we go through these. Write it down. No more drive-thrus. No more drive-thrus. You want to go to the bank? Go inside. You want to go to the cleaners? Go inside. You get to know everybody wherever you're at. Because you could get leads today. I could pick up 10 leads today just walking around this doggone building. This is so simple. Oh my gosh, this would be simple. I just walk in and go, my God, I can't go home today. I'd love to go home, but I need a real estate. I am not confused why I was very successful. By the way, in 1986, 87, 88, 89, I sold 120 homes a year, 4 years in a row. I was top 20 in the state for rebounds. I'm just telling you, I did it when they were all vacant. You guys are confused. I'm never confused, and that's why what I'm going to teach you today is going to be a lot of genisms. Okay. How you guys like it so far? Pretty good, huh? I think I'm really good today. I feel like I'm good today.
It's just about time.
It's just about time. Here's what we're going to do. And we're going to go through this. I was teaching for Keller Williams for years, and they had me go around the nation, teach lead generation on 4 topics. Guess what they were? The 4 topics. I mean, I would teach in front of thousands of people, just 4 things in 2 days. Expires, FISBOs, right? Expires, FISBOs, open houses, and farming. And I go around the nation. I mean, I teach literally half a day on farming, half a day. And I did that for years in the early 2000s. And then I came back on a plane ride one time and I went, wait. I know Marianne Collins. She does none of those. Right? I know Paul and Patty. They do none of that. Because I'm managing them. And they get their leads this way. So I went on that plane ride, I wrote down everything I'm going to show you today. An agent that I've managed has sold 15, 20 homes a year with doing one of these things. Okay? So it's that simple. All you want to do today is here's what I want you to write down. I want you to pick 3 today. I want you to pick 3. That's all. Don't do 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'll try all these things. The problem is you guys try everything and it never works. You never become an expert at it, right? I want you to pick 3 as you're going out, and here's the criteria for those 3. Number 1, I did that for Peggy. Criteria. Was that like Connecticut? Criteria. That was for Peggy.
I like the accent.
Thank you. So what I want you to think of is what gives me energy. Write it down. What gives me energy? So as you're going through these, you go, I've always tried that. If it doesn't give you energy, don't do it. Because I can wake up and do an open house 7 days a week. It gave me energy. It didn't take away. I actually loved it. When I met somebody new, I was like, whoa, this is a good day for Gino, right? That was me. So I would sit open houses all the time. So, and the other thing is, as you're writing them down, think about these things. Write this down really quick. as you're going through these, see, everybody, I thank you for the market update, Cindy, because the market update's really important, right? What's going on? I don't know about you guys, I never had 65 freaking offers. I just came back from teaching this in Honolulu, and guess what they said? We had 65 offers on one home.
Wow.
65, that wouldn't have been fun as a realtor. I wouldn't like either side of that, right? Okay, here's, in every market, doesn't matter if it's normal or unnormal, people will move when these things happen. Career, write it down. You guys are in Dallas. There's a lot of people been moving here for their career.
Yep.
Children, got news for you. If I was you, I'd plop on down to the birthing centers where mama's gonna have to sit right down there and wave at all the pregnant women. Just so you know, because when mama's having babies, she can have that apartment. She's gonna nest. Is this not right? This is right. Commitment to a happy life. I call this the COVID syndrome. The last 2 years of COVID, what happened?
Well, people wanted bigger houses.
People moved because they went, thing floating in the air. I'm gonna die in North Carolina in the Appalachians where I've always wanted to live. They really did. People moved because they did what? They went, commitment to happiness. Now here's what's gonna happen. It's been 2 years of it. They're gonna go back around. They lived in the Appalachians in North Carolina for 2 years and went, you know what? Nobody's here. I think I'll go back to Atlanta. So I think I've already talked to enough agents across the nation that they're coming out of that. Here's the D's, divorce. I'm so sorry you're getting divorced. I am so sorry, but you know, we might as well just sell it. Let's get rid of the memories. Let's move you into a nice place. Let's move you into a nice place. I couldn't wait for that call from you to get divorced. Okay. Downsizing. Anybody know how many people are in retirement homes now? You guys know?
Too many.
Too many? But downsizing is a big thing, right? The baby boomers were one of the biggest classes. And then the last D is death. So as you're going through these, what you want to do, see, those things always create some type of action. Doesn't matter if the market's up, doesn't matter if the market's down. I moved to Puerto Rico 3.5 years ago, gotta sell my home. I moved. Market, by the way, I missed the market by about 2 months. Right now, if I sold my home in Austin, it'd be worth double what I sold it for. All right? Anybody been there?
Yeah.
But I had to, right? It was a movement time for me.
Puerto Rico appreciated too.
Oh, sure, the house I bought, the house I promised went up double,
Yeah.
right? But anyway, all right. Here's what we're gonna do now. Oh, do I have a clicker? Oh, I have a clicker. Oh, I like this. We're gonna go through this really quick. Any questions on anything so far? You guys ready?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
The last reason people move, what?
Death. My mother-in-law, 93 years old, passed away in 2016. I'll never forget it. I love Marge. Love going to church with Marge. She passed away. We go to Youngstown, Ohio. Anybody? Youngstown, Ohio. Well, we lived in Austin, Texas. What'd we ask the people in the retirement home? Who's the best realtor in town? Sold her home, right? So here's what I want you to write down. This is the script I want you to use as you go through the next section. Here is all you have to teach the people I'm going to show you. You need to teach these people a script for you. And all you're going to teach these people that I'm going to show you is, I know the best realtor in town. Write it down. I know the best realtor in town. So when you talk to your brothers and sisters, you'll see what I'm going through. But realistically, the whole key is to get referrals from whom?
Everybody.
Everybody you've sold homes to, right? The whole key of your life, once you get going, is to just get referrals and referrals. You know, I talked to realtors for 15 years. One guy the other day said, gee, I don't even work hard anymore. They just come in, right? Isn't that what you all want? Well, guess what? You got to get the lead. You know, you got to get the sphere of influence first, right? So everybody repeat to me what the script is. Or again. That's it. So when I meet somebody new, I said, do you mind telling everybody you know the best realtor in town? Not in DFW, not in Plano, not in Garland, not in Balm Springs, right? Don't put yourself in I would say just the best realtor in town. Oh my gosh, you won't believe him. He wears Hawaiian shirts. You won't believe it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, that's my little daughter. I'm not gonna tell you that story. The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. Who's read it? If not, go get it. It's the best sales book I've ever known. It's 20 years old. People don't even know it's a sales book. Okay? There are 3 people that will determine your whole career in real estate. Here they are. A connector. Now I'm going to turn this down just so somebody can read it. Who's in here in the back? Mark, read that for us.
Oh, me?
Can you read it?
Connectors are people with a very special
Louder,
gift.
louder.
Louder. Connectors are people with a very special gift of bringing people together. They know lots of people. Connectors are fantastic at expanding your network. They are easy to spot. They typically say things like, oh, you should meet so-and-so, or have you heard about, and let me introduce you to. They think in nodes, not individuals, and like nothing more than to help you in your business, they see people first, then money.
All right. One connector will change your real estate career. One connector could be the secretary, could be just one connector. And as I go through these, I want you to understand there's a rhyme or reason why I'm teaching like this. It's because once you find connectors, how many people get maybe 5 to 10 leads a year from one person? Raise your hand. Connector. They don't expect money. They don't want money. They just do it because they like you. This is what they do. By the way, they're like diamonds. They're not gold. They're diamonds, man. They're just, okay? Next person you're looking for, who wants to read that one? Who wants to be creative? Go ahead. Read it out.
A maven is a person who has information on a lot of different people, products, prices, or places. This person likes to initiate discussions with others about what they know and respond to requests. They like to be helpers. This person knows what's going on with others.
Perfect. I want the best sushi bar in Austin, Texas. The Maven will tell me. Where do I buy the car? The Maven will tell me. I want to buy a computer. I go to my son Kyle. He knows everything about computers. He's an IT guy. I go to him. He says, here's the computer to buy. Because they want to share that information with you. Next one. Who wants to read it? By the way, I'm giving you a book for reading it. Who wants to read it now? Go ahead. Go ahead.
The salespeople. Mavens are database. They provide the message. Connectors are social glue. They spread it. But there are a select group of people, salespeople, with the skills to persuade us when we are unconvinced of what we are hearing. They make you feel comfortable with your decision in a very short amount of time.
That's this whole room.
Yep. She
Right?
gets a book.
Yep. Mark doesn't get one because I don't read.
No, Mark.
Yeah. So here's
Woohoo!
the key. Once I figured out that my job was to lead generate, once I figured out I don't need 2,000 people in my database. I'm looking for a connector, a maven, or a salesperson. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. And as I go through this, I'll share you why it's really key to look for these 3 people. Let me give you an example of Glen Eagles Country Club. Anybody remember? Anybody remember Glen Eagles in the corner over there? Okay, Glen Eagles Country Club, I can remember meeting a bartender there that'd been there like 20-some years. Do you think that bartender kind of knows everybody? Do you think that, yeah, are you kidding? The bartender knows when there are gonna be divorces, deaths, career moves. They tell the bartender before they tell everything. Who should you get to know at Glen Eagles Country Club? The bartender. You don't need to know everybody. See, this is the problem with y'all. You've been too much in the internet age where you think social media is going to bring you thousands and thousands of leads. I'd rather have one connector. I'd rather have one connector or one salesperson. right? By the way, I have no problem telling people I'm a salesperson. I was an accountant before I did this stuff. I was a bean counter. Got news for you. I love telling people I studied and studied and studied how to make people feel comfortable, how to shake their hand in an open house, how to make, it's a study. You guys think it comes natural. It really doesn't, because I took it to heart. Any questions on those three? At all? Bring them up now. Because here's why, here's what I was saying. Your sphere of influence, you should identify in your sphere who the connectors are, who the mavens are, and who you should know them. Okay? I know we've got some new people in here that haven't, they go, I don't have a sphere. That's why you're here. That's why I don't even have sphere in the book. A lot of people go, you don't have sphere of influence. I said, go to a Brian Buffini seminar. I don't care. You know? Well, what I'm saying is, once you have 200 people and you identify your connectors, mavens, and salespeople, guess what? My career, I probably don't even have to go to the class anymore, right? All I have to do is connect with those people and tell them the market shifted, and I need to help people do this. All right? Okay, what's a bucket? What I'm going to tell you about is literally what I told you before. Every single thing I'm going to share with you today, somebody, I consider it a bucket. They sell 10, 15, 20 homes a year from that one activity. You want to look for something that you can do and you know it's going to generate business. You already know it at the start of the year. Everybody goes, I got to sell homes every year. Not if you're a lead generator. If you're a lead generator and you got your buckets identified, guess what? I talk to top producers all day long, and what they tell me, Gene, I've sold 2,000 homes, literally, the big producers, right? And they tell me exactly how many homes they sold in each bucket. Okay? Okay. So let's get some leads. I think I've only had 5 or 6 people with leads, right? You guys can't go home today. Right? So here's what I want you to do right now. We're going to take literally 3 minutes. This is not a hard thing to do. Now turn your cell phones back on. Turn your cell phones back on. We're going to do a contest for 3 minutes. Giving more money away, more books. It's just an awesome day. So here's what we're going to do. Whoever gets the most leads, right, in this span of time. Now, who do you think you should contact first? Let's be real.
Connector.
Talk about
Connectors, friends.
your connectors, your mavens, or your salespeople. I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm only going to do this for 3 minutes. A lot of people, well, how do I do it? Well, it's your cell phone. Just start talking to people. By the way, every time I do this, somebody says the first thing I did is call my spouse. The spouse says, yeah, I got 2 leads for you. Well, I'm sleeping with you, dude. And you didn't even share those with me? No, you never asked. This is the problem with realtors. This is the problem with Google. This is the problem with all the junk I've been dealing with for 15 years, is people have forgotten how to professionally ask. I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to show you how cool this is. I want you, now you can call, more than likely they won't pick up, right? Or you can text. What do you think is going to be better? Texting nowadays, right? So I've been teaching this for 15 years. So I would text them really quick with a message, and here's the message. I'm in a contest. Don't have time to talk. I need a real estate lead as soon as possible. Whatever you want to say it. Now this is, everybody talks differently. I'm just giving you, I'm in a contest. Don't have time to talk. Do you have a real estate lead as soon as possible? It's the old contest script. You guys ever done this? It's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm sure you've been at seminars before they've done it. The key thing is I'm only going to do it for 3 minutes. Because here's why. What happens is you guys can't concentrate for more than 2.5. If I put Yellowstone on, you concentrate. All right? On your mark, who's got the timer? Who's got the timer? You got the timer.
Yeah.
Carrie. On your mark, get set, set the timer. Go, 3 minutes.
Okay.
See how many leads we can get.
Mark, you're not working. Come on. Come on. Just go out.
movie 3 times. If he doesn't win, if Austin Butler does not win the Academy Award, throw the other ones away. If you haven't seen the Elvis movie, go for it. I've only seen Top Gun twice. Dude. That's okay.
That's okay. We can watch it again next time you go back
I'm
to
going.
Hawaii.
I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go again. 2 unbelievably good movies.
How about Lonesome Dove?
How many people have posted on Facebook? How many people have posted on LinkedIn? How many people have just, boom, get it out there? I'm just saying. How many people did a live, whatever, reel? How many people did TikTok? How much time we got, Terry? What do we got left?
A minute and a half.
Minute and a half, let's go. Who's gonna be the winner? Who's gonna be the winner? Come on. What's our time? Okay, good, perfect. I've got it done. Good job. Keep texting. Keep texting. Mass texting. People in your phone. How much time we got left there?
Well, mine isn't on seconds, but it's time.
Time. Okay, time. Quit texting. As we go through the class, what's gonna happen?
People are gonna
As-
respond.
They're gonna be responding. Don't worry about it. We'll take. Now, here's what I want you to do. As they respond during the class, hey, I've got one for you. It's so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. I want you to text that person back that gives you a lead. I need another. Seriously. Now, I'm just telling you. Connectors, mavens, and salespeople love this. Connectors really enjoy it. My record, and when I taught this class, my record is 14 leads from one person. What I learned during that class was the agent went, give me another. Give me another. Give me another. Give me another. The problem with, by the way, 15 years ago, guess what was invented? Did you guys see it a couple weeks ago? We've had what for 15 years?
Internet.
So who's that cell phone? Right here. So its cell phone's been around 15 years. Exactly 15, well, the iPhone,
Yeah.
the smartphone, not
Right.
the cell phone, but the iPhone. I gave it to her because I like it.
Yeah.
So, the iPhone's been around 15 years. I told everybody, once I can write contracts on that thing, once I can do everything on that, there's no reason to go to an office. And I've known it forever. I've ran offices for Keller Williams with 641 agents, and I'm the manager, and I go in and nobody's there. Why? Because everything's right here, right? The world's changed totally. So the problem though is that, okay, Google, where's Chicago Title on Preston Road? Google, boom, 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 boom. And we want things instantly, right? And we forget to get in relationship with people. And we forget to ask for stuff. We think they're just going to, know, just like Google. Well, they know you're a realtor, Kevin, they're just gonna give you a lead tomorrow. No, they don't do that. They don't wake up every day. They're not salespeople, they're not mavens, they're just normal people until you ask them for it, right? They won't respond. I mean, you've got to get better at asking for the business. I'm just telling you, if you did anything out of this class today and you learned how to ask for the business better, you would be a better realtor. Everybody goes, well, I don't give any better service. I don't know any more about the market. You just have more leads. Whoever controls the leads wins the game. Correct? Can we say a thing like Zillow? Why do you think agents pay Zillow hundreds and thousands of dollars a month? Literally, I know some that do that. Because they go, well, they got the leads. I gotta go buy it. Everything I'm gonna teach you today costs you nothing but effort. Is that okay for you guys? Because I got news for you, man. I did not spend money in real estate. I'm a cheap little booger. Because, by the way, I sold in this market in DFW. I know more about Seagoville, Long Springs, and South Dallas because of foreclosures back in the 80s. I could take you around. I know all the suburbs, right? Okay. How many leads did we get so far? Anybody? Raise your hand if you got a lead. One? More than one? One? Two? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I think maybe you got.
Oh.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. 3 minutes, 5 leads. Hello. This isn't hard. You could wake up once a week and just call people and go, I'm in a contest. I'm in a contest. I need a real estate lead as soon as possible. They're in your phone. They know you. What are you scared of? Anything? Look at, they're still texting up here. You're like, I'm getting bored. Yeah. Okay. So as I go through these, really, really fast, I want you to think of connectors, mavens, and salespeople. Quite honestly, they will change your life. So as you go through these, I want you to go, wait, I can do that. I'm gonna go through them very quickly. There's 101 ways. But the thing is, I can't do a whole seminar on one of them, right? But I will, and I can tell you this, Trae will, Cindy will, Marianne will, we will all do seminars on just one thing if you want it. The key thing I want you today is think of energy, think of that fits my personality, right? I can do that, right? Rather than fight it, right? Rather than fight it. Has anybody door knocked in their life? There we go, there's door knockers. I almost didn't get in this business because I knew a realtor friend of mine. He goes, my manager drops me off and he says, see you back at the office. Right? And he says, and I said, he makes you door knock? He goes, yeah, he makes me door knock. I said, dude, that's not me. I am never, in my mind, I didn't think it was me, right? I said, nobody's gonna force me to do anything. I'm defiant. Right? That's in my personality. Somebody tells me I gotta do something. I'm not gonna do that. Right? So I think I almost didn't get in the business because of that. Because I went, I don't want to do that. Don't break that. So here we go. Here we go. Garage sales. We're going to go through these really quick. Do you guys want me to turn it down or not? Yeah. Turn it? Yeah. Turn it down? Yeah. All right. Garage sales. Here's what I'm going to tell you about garage sales and estate sales. Again, estate sales. I was teaching this class in Austin about 5 years ago, and Elizabeth Riley, one of the top agents, she goes, well, next to me is an estate attorney. He lives right next door to me. I said, wait, he's an estate attorney? Have you ever talked to him about real estate? She goes, no. His kids play with my kids. I never think about it. I said, bring it up. She said, guess what happens? Now she gets all the estate leads from his business. Okay? And by the way, garage sales, if they're having garage sales, what are they thinking of doing? Moving. Car dealers. Now here's the deal with car dealers. Are they salespeople? Yeah. I bought a lot of cars in this area, and I always go in. I said, "Who's number 2 in the office?" And they said, "Bob." I said, "I want Bob as my salesman. I want number 2 because I want him to be number 1." But you can either go to the Chevrolet dealership, or you can go to Lexus or Tesla. What kind of customers are you going to have differently? Look for that number 2 salesman and get in a relationship with him. Make him one of your lead generators. You send me people that want to buy homes, I send you people that want to buy cars. Same in furniture sales. Guys, I got news for you. I bought My wife and I move every 5 years for the rest of our lives, right? Here in town. When I buy furniture before the home's new, right? I go in there, right? Airlines, this is really, really important. This is Pat Hayes. He went to one of our EXP seminars, and they were, not seminars, he went to one of our conventions, and they happened to have, how the vendors have the signs made up, and one was Pat Hayes on it. He goes, "Can I have that?" The vendor goes, "Sure, take it." So he walks on the plane with the sign. He says, "Gene, I got an $800,000 listing."
Love it.
Okay? Just so you know, you never go on a plane ride without a logo shirt. Now, I just do. I'm just sorry, I'm not going to do it anymore. Local schools, have kids, will network. Just so you know, guys, if you don't have any kids, make some up. Okay? I'm just telling you, get to know your local schools. Johnny comes to a class and she says, Mommy and Daddy are thinking of selling our home. They tell everybody before, right? PTA, what's a PTA here? Right? I used to go to the PTA meetings in Plano. I would be the only gentleman there most of the time. It was mainly and go to those meetings, get to know everybody. When I think of schools, I think go what you used to do. If you used to be in the band in high school or college, go be booster club. Go give back, right? The choir, local sports. How many people have a teacher as a connector? 1, 2, 3, 4. Teachers are awesome. Teachers are phenomenal. By the way, if I go to a school, I'll probably be 1 or 2 connectors. I just want to know them. I don't want to know all the teachers in the school. I don't want all of them. But I want to know, right, if they're going to move, if they're going to get new jobs. Yeah. Number 12, HOA association. Here's the key to HOA. Do not, write it down, do not be the president of the HOA. They hate you. Here's what I want you to do. Go to your local HOA and say, I want to be on the newcomers committee. And I want to bring the gift basket to everybody that moves in. It's like, gee, so somebody else sold the home, but you're bringing them the gift basket. Who cares who sold them the home? Who's going to sell it when they list? The gift basket person. This is not hard. It just takes a plan. It takes a plan that you have to write down and stick to it. Okay, any personal interests you have, local sports clubs. Hey, the gyms are almost better than hairdressers. I had a personal trainer for 6 years here in Dallas. And I got news for you. They're personal trainers and they would talk and they all knew I was moving. I moved to Virginia in 2006. My personal trainer knew it before anybody, right? Country club, write this down next to country club. I want to increase my price range. Seriously.
Yeah.
You guys don't know how many times I should have joined Glen Eagles as a social member. Not a golf member, not a tennis member, just a social member. I could have joined Stonebriar. I could have joined any of them. All I want to do is have breakfast there a couple times a week and get to know who's been there for 20 or 30 years, the bartender, the waitress, and whoever the connectors are, and I want to get to know them. Right? Who do you think's moving? Oh yeah, that's how you move up. By the way, that's Jan Ritchie. Jan Ritchie taught me this. When Jan goes, Gene, you don't even have to just, she goes, you go play golf, let Susan mingle with the girls. And she goes, we all have different clientele there, but you ought to join if you want to get in that price range. By the way, Jan Ritchie didn't live in that area. She just joined the country club. Apartment pool areas. This is what Susan and I used to do to get buyers. You know why? We would just go swim in the pool areas. You bring 5 kids, sneak in. They don't even know you don't live there. We would just go in there, and we'd be swimming around. All my 5 kids would be swimming. And they go, how you doing? I said, I don't know. When are you going to get out of here? When are you going to get out of here? Yeah, we're thinking about buying a home. Really? Really? Oh, yeah, we are too. Okay, we did this all over town, Susan and I did. We were really innovative. We had no money and 5 kids. Think of some stuff you can do. Come on, guys. Holiday parties. I have agents that were Santa Claus, Mrs. Santa Claus, every year. And one agent said, you know what I do, Gene? They do a month. I'm Santa Claus every year, I'm Mrs. Santa Claus, but we have to go down there and practice. We know everybody at City Hall. We know everybody at City Hall. Because they play the same part. Whole Foods, or yes, the store. Whatever store in your area that everybody goes to, Costco, right? I could go to Costco on Sunday afternoon here in Plano and see all my past clients. No, seriously, and I would go in person, what are you here for? Oh, no, I'm looking for something. I'd see like 10 of them. Hi, how are you doing? You know what? I can't go home tonight, not unless I get a lead. Do you guys have anybody? You guys have anybody moving in? Now, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking, right? You gotta understand, you gotta change the way you think inside yourself. That this is your job. Your job is not to give good customer service. When I say that, I hired people for that. Seriously, I hired people for that. I didn't go to closings, I hired people for that. What I did was get a lead, write a contract. Get a lead, write a contract. Get a lead, write a contract. Not confused. Not confused. You guys get too confused. Are you guys go to inspections? No. No. Come on. Seriously, I hired someone to do that. What I did was get a lead and what? Get a lead and done. Done. And I would tell my customers that this is what I do. By the way, write a contract and negotiate. Write down negotiate. I told them I'm the best negotiator. I've read all the negotiations, deals. I've read literally all the books, because that's what my job is, to find a home for you, negotiate the contract, and pass that. And I would write down, here's what Linda does. She was my full-time assistant. She does all that other stuff. That's how you sell 120 homes a year. That's how you sell 18 buyers in 1 month. Anybody? Anybody 18 buyers? Trae probably has. But he's not raising his hand. But 18 buyers is my record. How do you do that? With one assistant and by myself. You know why? I know my job. By the end of the day, you're going to know your job. It's to lead generate, lead generate, lead generate. Nursing homes, like I told you the story of my mother-in-law, right? Guys, there's a lot of people. The growth of population is 65 and older. Hey, I'm one of them, right? Poker and bunco parties. I don't even know what the bunco parties are. I call it drunko bunco. My wife goes, I'm going to a bunco party. I don't want to go. I don't know what's there. But I had one gentleman that did nothing but poker parties in his whole neighborhood. He set up poker parties. He goes, Gene, I set them up. I run them. I know when everybody's moving. See what they're getting at? I knew a couple women, all they did was 3 bunco parties a week. Sell 30 homes a year. Doing 3 bunco parties. Different people, right? Different bunco parties. College Alumni Association. The best thing about this, you did not have to graduate. In fact, if you were just thinking of going there, if you were just thinking, I think I'll go to University of Texas. Yeah, I'll go to the alumni grad. Yeah, I'll wear the shirt. Ooh. Seriously. I went to Arizona State. Anybody? When I
obey.
You don't shut up. I know you. ASU. So I was in Dallas. I'd go to the ASU alumni deals. This was not hard. You know, hang with the people. I graduated though, Tucker. That's it. I only dated people at U of A. It wasn't you. Single organizations. I have a couple daughters that were single moms for a long time. They're now married, both of them, but for a long time. There's a lot of big single organizations, men and women. If that's a big passion of yours, appeal to those things. Become the expert. Local cleaners, like I said, never go through the drive-thru. Starbucks, you guys know the Starbucks thing. How many people have done this? Okay, here's what I want you to do. Every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, really quick. 2 o'clock, same time every time. Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, I want you to go to the busiest Starbucks in town, probably the one over at Legacy and that one with all the new stuff. And you walk in and you give them a couple $100, $200, say everybody behind me gets a free drink, I'll be sitting right over there. And then you sit there and you open up your laptop, and the back of the laptop and it goes Starbucks and Homes, my favorite people. Whatever you want to do. I don't care what the back of this, but they will come by and say, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've taught this, and I'm telling you, brand new agents have done this and said, Gene, I'm killing it. It's got to be consistent. Now, another agent told me, Gene, I don't drink coffee. I said, cool. What are you going to do? He goes, my bar. He goes, I went there Saturday night. I gave him a couple $100. I said, everybody gets a beer on me. I'm sitting right over there. Same concept. Don't think it's a Starbucks thing. Think of it as a lead generation fun game. It will work if you do it. A lot of people go, that's not me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I guarantee you, you do it. I've had people call me from Chicago and said, Gene, I made $400,000 last year from my Starbucks thing. That's awesome. I just go there twice a week. Boom. People come by. And you're Norm from Cheers, right? The same place you sit. Norm, you know. Doctors, good people, better ones. Hey, place of worship. Got news for you. In this shifting market, I go teach at my place of worship. I've taught this for everybody. Goes, well, they don't really want to. I don't want anybody to know I'm a realtor at my place of worship. Get over it. Get over it. Are you kidding? They want you to teach 1031 exchanges. They want you to teach how to purchase your brand new home. They want to know all this stuff, and you're going, well, I don't want them to know I'm a realtor. What? Get out of here. Your personal hobby. Door knocking. I love the fact that I had about 5 or 6 people in here door knocking. Guess what? In California, the market's so hot for a long time in Northern Cal, where I used to have offices. If you didn't door knock, you didn't eat. Seriously. Because they just had to get to them before anybody else. Cold calling, FISBOs and expireds, you know all about that, right? Isn't that fun? The thing is, though, that word expired starts with EXP. That's why it's there. We're going to have them again, right? We're going to have them again, so get ready. And everybody goes, well, I don't know how to call expired. Okay, get over it. Start learning. Your local mall. Seriously, I've had agents that love to shop. Now, I know the big malls some are going out of business, but some are still pretty prominent, right? The really busy mall, you go in there and you shop. Some women like to shop. You get to know the managers at every store. You know what? I'm the local realtor here. In fact, everybody tells me I'm the best realtor in town. But you know what? If you referred people to me, I'd really appreciate it. Cool. I'll refer people to your store. Okay? Horse shows, car shows. I had people that literally, one gal said, Gene, we're the Corvette Club of Texas. That's all we do is the Corvette Club. I said, how's it going? She goes, oh gosh, this is so great. Okay? Hospitals. Who should we know in the hospitals? What do you think?
Every nurses.
The nurses. The nurses. Please get to know the nurses. They're the nice people. I always do this for Texas, but the DQ. Right? You know, in Texas, I've been in Texas, and especially in the smaller towns, there's the realtor. With their packet, with their flyer, I go, man, that's a smart realtor. Because everybody's going for a dip to come. Come on. Local Goodwill. I had a buddy that did the local Goodwill. He says, Gene, you don't understand. The guy that takes all the stuff off and throws it in there, I got to know him and told him I'm the best realtor in town. He gives me 3 or 4 leads a month. Because when you're clearing out to Goodwill, what are you doing? You're getting ready to move, right? So the guy does small talk. Teach him. Well, are y'all moving somewhere? Yeah. Well, I know the best realtor in town. This is the only script you need to teach your people. Don't try to teach them too much. Haircut, nail salons. Oh my gosh. You guys I would get my hair cut 5 times a week if I was you. These people know everything. And the nail people, as long as you speak some languages and stuff. No, seriously, you know everything. Blood banks. Hey, I had a buddy that did blood banks. You're going to be really weird. He says, Gene, I give blood.
I've been leaving from that.
Did you? There you go. See? Sold my house, blood banks. Play golf. I had an agent. He was the #1 agent in Austin my rookie year down there when I was at KW. He says, Gene, I just play golf 3 days a week. I suck. I'm terrible. But I just call up my buddies and I try to meet. We try to go with a buddy and we try to hook up with 2 other people. I'm figuring I got 6 other people I'm going to meet every week. And it's just meeting people. Banks, same thing. Go inside. Gas stations. I told you that story. I've picked up so many people at gas stations. Looks like weather's coming in. God, it's been cold. I'm not afraid to talk to people. Can you tell? You know why? My job. My job. It's my job. I didn't forget about it. I didn't grow up talking to people. I'm the only realtor of I have 5 siblings. I'm the only realtor. It wasn't innate. I was a bean counter for frickin' until I was 29 years old. So it's not innate. I went, my job, that's what I should do, right? How many people asked the people out here in the lobby, how many people got a lead from the people at Chicago Title? Did you not ask? Just a second, I'll go on. I guarantee you I'll pick up 5 people from asking. You're forgetting what your job is and you don't ask. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's not hard. Now that you know the game, you go, I'm just gonna go do this. I'm gonna be, you're right? Come on, guys. Local classes you're interested in, go take them. Mortgage companies, we have one today. Brian's still in here?
No.
No? Most of my mortgage people that stay say this is the best class they've ever taken. Because they love lead generators, just like we do, right? If your mortgage company's not giving you leads, find another mortgage company.
That's right.
That's exactly what I do. Title companies, inspectors, appraisers, same thing. When I sold here, Tom Sherman, my buddy Tom, you guys probably have Tom Sherman, who sold him his first home here? Gino. Why? He said, Gene, you gave me the most leads. I said, not Trae? I thought Trae would. He goes, no, you gave me the most homes. He says, I'm doing this fairly. I said, cool. Sold 2 title reps to their homes.
I got the second house.
You got the second house because I left. I started with first. How many people have moving companies in their hip pocket? Come on. There you go, good one. Moving companies are awesome. They're gonna call. Come on, guys. The receptionist is who you want to talk to. And you want to get to know them so they can say, I know the best realtor in town. You guys moving? You guys thinking of moving? Divorce attorneys, self-explanatory. I've been teaching this for a long time. There's somebody in Dallas. I know this is real. People are getting divorced. They have to go to court. I've been teaching this forever. Last time I taught this in Austin. An agent had been in the business 1 week. She did this. I said, go down and find what judge they have to go in front of him. That judge goes, we're not using your realtor. We're not using your realtor. We're using the court's realtor. Do you know this happens? Yeah. So we don't, and guess what? She went down, she's brand new in the business. I know who she is. She's a sweetheart, great agent. The first week of the business, she went down, found out that judge, she said, I got 3 listings next week.
Wow.
She's been in the business a week. Here's your script. How long you been in the business? Here's your script. Long enough to know. The agent that works the hardest for you is get the job done. You know what? I'm down here asking, trying to help the court out. Long enough to know. And I use that script forever. You need to be in the business. A week she's getting listings because she took action. She did something nobody else would do. Marriage counselors, get them before they get divorced. Come on. Kevin.
On the last one, you could also do estates judges, because they put property in receivership. Guess who gets that property? They're a realtor.
Same thing.
The judge's realtor.
Marriage counselors, reload companies. We still doing reload companies? Anybody? Guess what? They'll be coming back. There are some reload companies. New home builder reps. Well, we know you guys. We know Cindy. You know, I sold 50% of my homes in DFW were new homes after a while because I lived out here in the plains. Oh, by the way, I went by the Hacienda today. In Frisco. That was out in the middle of nowhere. Out in the middle of nowhere. Out in the middle of nowhere. Builders, small and large. HUD and VA foreclosures. Thinking they might be coming back? Hello. Bank short sales. Other real estate agents. This really bothers me. This really bothers me. Because 1.5 million realtors in the United States, and only 6% of us refer to each other. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, it really bothers me that we don't refer back and forth, right? Here's the script. On your next listing, I want you to say this. This is the first thing you're gonna say. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm so excited to do this. Let's see your presentation for it. Where are y'all moving? Chicago? Oh, I know the best realtor in Chicago. I just happen to know that. I said, is it okay within 24 hours I have that agent call you? Sure. If you don't know an agent in Chicago, what do you do after you leave the listing?
Go find him.
If you interview some, you call some in your company, You call if you're on women's council, you call the women's council thing, if you're in CRS. The bottom line is, you can find the best realtor in Chicago real quick, can't you? Mike Mendoza from KW told me he did this for years. He says, Gene, I make $100,000 to $200,000 a year in referral fees. Sometimes I don't care if I get the listing. Brenda, I'm speaking Puerto Rican. So, does this make sense? So in other words, he says, Gene, that's the first thing I asked. Where y'all moving? Oh, I'm moving to Scottsdale. I know the best realtor in Scottsdale. Ooh, I'm moving to Tucson. I know the best realtor in Tucson. And he says, Gene, that's all I do. I said, it's okay, within 24 hours they contact you. And then I call my buddy when I get out the listing and say, call him right now. So you under promise and over deliver, right? Commercial agents, you know a few in here, Tucker. Okay? Investor seminars, right, Trae? Investor seminars, my gosh. Hello, Mark. Apartment reps, leasing agents, international real estate agents. Just so you know, all these things are great leads. And you forget they exist. Okay? CPAs. By the way, I had a CPA here in town in Plato, Texas, and when I started making over $100,000 a year, this is 1986, he says, oh man, he thought I was making too much money. He is no longer my CPA. It was just embarrassing. Your state brokers, your internal company brokers and staff, companies and training meetings. I would go to every meeting if I was in your company. I'd go to all those meetings and ask for leads. Ask for leads. I'm your person at DFW. Financial planner, same thing. Stockbroker, professional building. Hey, I have a buddy, Brett Gove, you guys probably know him out of Sacramento. He had a Regis office in Sacramento. And he says, Gene, I get more leads from being in the Regis office. Why should I be in an office with other realtors when I can be in an office where there's other people? Right? Hotels. Now here's the key to hotels. Find the connector. Find the connector. When I taught this in Carmel, California, anybody know Carmel? Pebble Beach? I taught this in Carmel a few years ago. Brand new agent. Never sold a home. She went to the lodge at Pebble. There's a doorman. He's been there 18 years. She walks up. She goes, can I ask you a question? Do you know the best? I'd like to be the best realtor that you refer people to. Can I be, shakes his hand. He goes, oh, that's funny you asked. Somebody just walked in. They need a home. She walks in, meets him. Her first sale, $17 million. Now here's the key. She asked. I taught the class. She went and asked. Right across from the lodge here, I've been there many times. Right across from here is a putting green and a Coldwell Banker office right there with about 100 agents. And nobody's taken the frickin' time to walk across the putting green and meet the connector. You guys getting it now? Meet the connectors. Meet them. Don't be shy. Tell them you're the best realtor in town. You just want to be there for them and their clients. They will refer to you. Got it? Rental car companies, get them before guys, people are moving here all the time. The rental car companies, the Enterprise is great, by the way. Isn't Enterprise super, super nice? Get to know those people. Say, I'm the best realtor in town if people need help. Uber, Lyft, by the way, I have a lot of agents during the downturn in 08, 09, kind of actually after that, they drove Uber. A couple of my agents would drive from the expensive part of Austin to the airport. They go, Gene, I've met so many people. I've met doctors, lawyers, whatever. I go, boom, lead generation. Blogging and vlogging. You guys do all that, John? Okay. Facebook, we know all this stuff, right? Social media. I do want you to know, it is. You really have got to get into social media. The problem I have with social media is sometimes you guys get relaxed and think it's all just going to come at you, right? It's really hard to be. Don't relax. Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, you know all these things. NAR, Association of Realtors, same thing. I have an agent in Florida right now. She just sent me a picture. She's at the state capitol in Florida. She's very active in her board. She loves it. She's really good at it, right? But the thing was, she goes, Gene, I'm meeting all these other realtors, and they're referring everything to my, get involved. GRI, CRS, I don't know what those mean. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I've never been those. My wife was the president of Women's Council in 1998. I got the little picture of her. These are all great things to be part of, but you've got to mingle. You've got to do it if you're going to be part of it. Make sure they're sending you referrals and you're referring to them. Realtor seminars. How many people have been teaching for doggone years? I've been teaching for years, right? If I was in sales, which I'm not, I guarantee you I would text every single people in this class and I'd be getting referrals within minutes because I'm teaching. I'm giving back. Teach in your local area. Wedding conventions. Anybody work them? I got news for you. I have agents that literally work the wedding convention. Am I giving you weird ideas? You're going, what are you talking about? Well, you'll be the only realtor there. They're getting married, right? They're probably pregnant anyway. So they probably have 3 kids. They have 3 kids anyway. They're not even, what am I talking about pregnancy? They already have 3 kids and they're living together. We know. Yeah, we know. Open houses. Anybody, raise your hand. Open houses. They still work? Keep doing them. Networking groups, BNI, Master Networks. You guys know anybody BNI? You know, these are some really good networking groups to get involved in. Billboards, local news. The stuff I'm giving you now, you have to spend money. Don't spend a lot of time on these, right? Not unless you see some results. Not unless you have an ego that you want to see yourself on a billboard. Local magazines, they work, don't they? Local magazines. D Magazine works. Local theaters. Local TV. By the way, there's a whole group in the nation. Is anybody into TV and radio? They meet a couple times a year. This is huge. If you want to do it, get with that group and learn how to do it correctly. Radio. Logo branding. Like I told you guys, this is one of my things. Brand everything. Brand everything. Look at my little Susan Frederick team. She had that brand for a while. I thought that was kind of cool in Austin. She doesn't sell it.
Isn't that Elizabeth?
That's Elizabeth Lutz. Yeah. Restaurants. Do you guys go to the same restaurants all the time?
Yep.
I used to when I was here in town too, and I'd eat at the same places, eat the same food, get to know the managers. And here's what I would do. If I had a brand new agent, if I had like Jamie came to me and said, I'm gonna have a hard time leaving. I said, let's go to lunch. She go, what do you mean? I said, let's go to lunch. So we go to Black Eyed Pea, right down the street. This is in Austin. And the manager, and I tell the waiter, I said, you did a great job. I said, can I talk to the manager? The manager would come over and they would